Hello, readers and writers. Welcome to lesson 26 of your ELA School Away from School. I'm Mr. Driver, and I will be your virtual teacher for today's daily lesson. Let's start with some guiding questions. What journey does food take before it gets to your plate? And how do we make decisions about what we eat? Remember, we will continue addressing these questions through all of our work today. Time to get out some materials for today's daily lesson. You're going to need your copy of the text, Grass-Fed Cattle Take Slower Path to Market, Filling Smaller Consumer Niche, your copy of lesson number 26, the lesson number 26 note catcher, as well as a pencil. Go ahead and pause the video here and make sure you have everything needed for today. We have two learning targets for today's work. I can find a gist of a specific section from the text, and I can use a variety of strategies to determine the meaning of unknown words and phrases in text. Let's make sure we keep these learning targets in mind during all of our hard work today. First, you'll be rereading Grass-Fed Cattle Take Slower Path to Market, Filling the Small Consumer Niche. For today's lesson, we will focus on the first half of the reading. So with a family member, caregiver, or friend, reread the introduction, which is directly beneath the title, and sections titled No Antibiotics or Hormones Used in Best Producers Defend Feedlots. As you read along, consider replaying and listening to the text read aloud from lesson number 25. Pause the video here while you return to your reading. Now that you've had a chance to read the text again, especially the beginning of the article, I want you to think about a couple of things. Remember, the gist is your initial thinking about what the text is mostly about. Also, when determining the meaning of unknown or unfamiliar words, consider the following strategies in order. Use of context. Read the sentence before, during, and after to help predict its meaning. Use the word of part or use of word parts like a prefix, affix, or suffix. See if there's any positive or negative ones, or if you recognize the root word or anything like that. And if needed, use reference materials like a dictionary. Also think about these questions. What is the gist of the following sections? Introduction. No antibiotics or hormones used. Best producers defend feedlots. And are there any unfamiliar words in those sections? Pause the video here as you think about each of these questions. Now it's time to have a discussion with your family member, caregiver, or friend. What is the gist? What makes you say that? Which words were new or unfamiliar to you? What do you think their meanings may be? I put some different words as you see in the second bullet point where it says EG, which means example, like bulging, confinement, antioxidant, equivalent, and overblown. Those are just some words that I kind of pulled out to see it's possible that you know them already, but you may not. So talk about them with your family member, caregiver, or friend. Also, think about the title. The title has the word niche at the very end, N-I-C-H-E. When you think about niche, what does that word mean? Sometimes it's difficult when it's in the title because you can't really read before, during, or after, and if it doesn't have any prefix or suffix. So you might want to look that word up, and that can help you understand a little bit more about what the article is about too. Go ahead and pause the video here while you discuss these. Please take out lesson number 26 note catcher. Using the lesson number 26 note catcher, write the gist of the introduction and following sections. No antibiotics or hormones used, and best producers defend feedlots. Write the definition of each word in your own words and what strategy you use to determine the definition. You'll also want to write a synonym, which is basically means the same thing as the word. And a lot of times, if you can't think of any, once you've determined the meaning of the word, by looking it up, a lot of times you'll find the synonym if you just type in synonym of that word. And this is helpful sometimes because you may understand another word that means the exact same thing. It's just either written differently or pronounced differently. Go ahead and pause the video here while you complete this work. Time to wrap up today's daily lesson. Let's think about how you did with our learning targets. I can find the gist of a specific section from the text. I hope you were able to do that. And I can use a variety of strategies to determine the meaning of unknown words and phrases in text. How did you do with that one? As a closing, share your writing with someone and tell them why you chose to write what you did. Also, remember to read a book today for 20 minutes. You can also reread the article. And please read with a family member, caregiver, or friend if needed. I also want you to practice your fluency by reading the article from today out loud, or have an adult read the text to you while you follow along. Then practice reading or rereading the text at least 2 times on your own. Thank you again for learning with me today. Tomorrow for lesson 27, we will look more closely at the second half of this week's article so we can better understand it. Enjoy the rest of your day.